everyone, my name is Anna. I am from Germany and I am so happy to sit here today and be a part of Guides to talk with you about some things from my life. So thank you Tara and Mike for organizing this big thing. I really appreciate how much emphasis you put on sharing and caring within the whole community, so it seems like a never-ending story. Once you are in, you are in. Actually, I'm going to talk with you about YogaLiebe today. This is my community. This is the studio that I own, or how you say in a way today, I'm the founder of YogaLiebe. I don't really like it that much because if I wouldn't have all the people that come to the studio, I wouldn't be a founder at all. So in a way, we are all founders. So everyone who comes to the studio is a founder of YogaLiebe, so it's not just me. Maybe that is part of the whole story that I'm going to talk about with you today, about revealing a community. And to give this whole thing some structure, I'm going to guide myself through the whole thing by asking myself some questions. And to introduce myself a little bit more, I'm going to start with, you might remember from one training or the other, or online sessions with Tara and Mike, I'm going to start with the 3 soul questions. Who am I? This is the first question. Who am I? So for today and for you, the answer is, my name is Anna, as I told you. I am from Germany and I am the creator or owner, or how you want to say that, of YogaLiebe. I had a former job and I quit the job not originally because I wanted to have a yoga studio. It was kind of like a change and a transformation in my life, where I figured out that the old job was no longer my calling. So I quit the job and I was in a way self-confident that my life would go on with another job, and I didn't expect to be a yoga guide, a full-time yoga guide once. So I did the trainings in New York. I did my first yoga training actually in Germany, and this training was a cooperation with a studio from New York, and this actually brought me to New York, where I took my first class on a Saturday morning with Tara, and I was totally impressed by how I could feel in my body, how yoga could feel in my body, and how different it was from everything I learned before. So that was kind of like the biggest transformation in the whole story that went on. And when I came back after my 200 hours training, I started to create some classes for friends and family, and this went so good and the people really liked it that it was just, it just grew on its own, but I will come back to that later. So this is, for that moment, the answer to the first question, who am I? The second question, what do I want? So there's a big picture. What do I want in life? I give you, for today, the answer is, I want to tell you a bit more about my story, about revealing communities instead of building communities. There is a small difference, and this might inspire you to reveal your own community. And the third question is, how can I serve? I mean, there was already the answer to this question and the answer before. It may serve you for finding your own way. So it might be bits and pieces of inspiration for you to figure out, is it my way or do I want to do it another way? this is how I can serve today. Actually, it was Tara's idea to talk a bit about revealing a community or revealing my community. And I think it is because we had so many talks about it during the trainings or before and after the sessions, what went on at my place, how the people kept coming and coming, how the community was growing and growing. And before I'm going to dive a bit deeper into my story, I would like to put emphasis on what a community is by itself. And from my point of view, a community is a social unit with diverse characteristics who are linked by common values or same perspectives or the same energy or the same language or focus. And that doesn't mean that everyone has to agree with everyone, because we are all human beings, and that might also be an important fact of revealing or building a community, however you want to call it. We are human and we are different, and a healthy community is that we are authentic and diverse. So one thing that the other can't do very good can be done by the other one, and so the community is like a puzzle, and the diversity needs respect among all the community members. So yeah, that is a community for me. So now we come to the main point of this talk, the question, what is the difference between revealing and building a community? Or Anna, how did you reveal your community? And actually I have to say it was never my goal to reveal or at least have a community, which might be the reason why it worked. As we see, there are so many communities who are built up online or in real life. Build-up communities for me are defined by many activities, much effort, even financial effort, many marketing activities. People even pay other people to be a member of a group or a community. So this is not really sustainable. One characteristic that is for me very specific for build-up communities is that they are not so healthy, because they are built up by too much effort and they are not revealed by its own soul or its own core, its values or its energy. When I came back from New York and I started my first classes, I never thought that people would follow me or follow the vibe that I was spreading. I think the more we are, the more happens, and the less we do, the more we can be, if that makes sense to you. I never put a lot of money, or at least no money, it was just building up the website for any marketing activities, because I even did not want to attract the people by, in a way, these things are fake things for me. So too much marketing is a sign for that marketing is necessary. Of course, we all have to be present, or we all have to show up for the things that we are doing. We can use the platforms, Instagram or Facebook, to provide other people the services that we are offering. But I never did kind of like sponsored things or advertisement things in newspapers or magazines, at least not paid by me. I mean, if people ask me for interviews or photo sessions, I'm always in, because I like to promote what I'm doing, but in a natural and in a sustainable and in a healthy way. I hope that makes sense for you. So this is the main difference for me, how we can reveal a community. If we just show up authentically, if we just promote what we are and not promote what we want to be, or if we are what we are. And of course, the Strala philosophy makes it, from my point of view, very easy to put the focus on revealing a community, because the marketing tools of Strala, the main value of our practice is what people attracts. If we guide someone and tell them, you can move how it feels good to move, follow your feeling, follow your intuition, put a stable base or make a stable base, and in a way be yourself while moving. All the little things that we use in our guiding are values that people want in their lives. So it is not something that we want to sell that nobody wants to have. So I think this is what happened with YogaLiebe, that it grew up very organical. Do you say that? Sometimes the words in English are missing because I'm still thinking in German. My heart and my soul language is still German, and I'm guiding in German. So while I'm talking to you, there's a lot of translation going on here. The whole community revealed or grew very naturally, and this is the most sustainable and healthy way for me to build up something. In the last days I was almost in tears because so many people at the moment, the studio is closed, as we have the situation that we have all. And I got so many messages from students that are normally regularly at the studio. They kept asking me how I'm feeling. They kept asking me if we want to go out for a walk or if they can do something. And that really made me almost crying, because that is a stable base. It's not something that is unhealthy grown, or that is not stable. So the people that have been at YogaLiebe before the situation will be back when I'm going to open again. And I don't know if this would have happened if I attracted people by many marketing things. Of course, sometimes it's good to spread the word, that people realize that you are there, but it was never necessary for me. And I hope that it helps to reveal your own community. So to answer this question, I have to tell you that there is no checkbox you can work on to reveal your own community, to be in a way successful in what you are doing. But if you ask me the question about my recommendations, I would name you the following 6. So the first one is that everything starts with you, so be who you are. This might also be connected to the question, what is your inner calling? From my point of view, you can only be good in what you are doing if you are doing what you are, if that makes sense to you. Leads me to the second recommendation. this is walk your own talk. So practice the practice by your own, the practice that you are already also giving to other people. Leads me to the third point. Connect to the soul of your work. Connect to the deeper meaning of your own business. And my personal recommendation is what I learned from Tara and Mike during the trainings, and as I started this whole talk. Ask yourself the soul questions. Might be every day, might be every second day, might be once in a week. Who am I? What do I want? How can I serve? And the fourth is something very important that I talked about in the previous chapter. Let everything grow from the inside out. So it's not about avoiding all the marketing things that come from the outside, but let it connect to the soul, to the core of your business. So let it shine, as the word Strala is also meaning. Let it shine from the inside out. And the more you let the seed inside of this whole thing grow, the more authentic, the more healthy, the more sustainable everything is. And the fifth is trust the process. Of course, we can push and force, and sometimes we get in the feeling that it works better if we put much more effort in it. But as we all know, this is the wrong way to let something grow really sustainable, really natural, really in a way that it feels good. So everything that is good needs time. As we say, Rome wasn't built in a day. And the sixth point is that I'm recommending practice together. And this is my, in a way, closing for today's talk. Let's practice together for this moment. Just sit somewhere and enjoy your body, your soul, your mind, and let's do what connects us. Let's take some deep breaths together. If you want, close your eyes. Maybe you sway a little bit from side to side to find a good place where you can breathe and rest for some moments. Take a deep inhale. Lift your arms up. Place your hands in front of your heartbeat. Three breaths all together. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale out of your mouth. 2 more times. Thank you for listening to this talk, to me, being together with me, and I think the last recommendation is one of the most important. I could even feel that even if you are not here right in this moment, if we breathe together, you are here, you are almost with me, and lets the community really reveal from the inside to the outside. So if people come to your studio or wherever you are guiding or teaching something, if you do something together and you really feel it, everything that you want to in a way have or build will reveal on its own. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful last days, have some wonderful last days in 2020 and enjoy a healthy and good start in the next year.